Right, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Yeah, the Atari VCS is awesome, and the best, one of the best things about it is online emulation, We could play tons of games online, and see, the thing is, I don't want to upgrade my Atari VCS because I don't want to pay the money for the parts and I don't have the skills to put them in there. So, in my opinion, online emulation straight through Chrome on the Atari VCS is the way to go. In my opinion. Yeah, it's awesome, and because it's free, it's easy to use, and I don't have to take apart my Atari VCS, but that's just my personal preference, So we found a bunch of sites that play retro games on my Atari VCS, Now, some work better than others, but the fact that there's so many of them, I have options, for example, I was trying to find to play 3DO games on my Atari VCS, and there's not a whole lot of online emulators that play 3DO games, but there's two that I found out. One is called VIZZED, VIZZED, .com. VIZZED.com is the name of it, So if you go to that on your Atari VCS on Chrome, like I said, you don't have to upgrade it, just go to Chrome. You don't have to upgrade your Atari VCS, just go to Chrome, type in VIZZED, VIZZED.com, and then you see a little box like that says view all systems, so you click that, it gives a whole list of systems. And 3DO is there. Atari Jaguar is another favourite of mine. Now the thing is, let's say you pick Doom for the 3DO, which is what we did. It'll give you a bunch of options, The option to pick is emulator JS. There's a little white circle beside it. Click that, Then there's a big play arrow like that, saying play game. Click that and it'll work, It's pretty awesome, and it seems to work with a bunch of other 3DO games, but Doom in particular, because that's the one that I want to play, works, and now, so it takes a while to figure out how to start the games up and to configure the controller, but once you do that, you're playing games, playing 3DO games, because these games are expensive on eBay, and you'd be saving yourself a ton of money, which is the best part about it, in my opinion. So so that's number one site that plays retro games. VIZZED, VIZZED.com. And the thing is, it says plug in record, but click on it anyway, and if you see the option for emulator JS, click that and then press the play game thing. Now for some reason, Sega Saturn, I don't know what the issue there is. We'll try playing a bunch of Sega Saturn games and it won't work, So I don't know, but like I said, there's other online emulators as well. Some have different performance, but it's awesome in my opinion. Another one that I like using is called retrogames.cc. That's another great online emulator, And with that one, you can use the VCS controller better than VIZZED, because VIZZED The face buttons are recognised as a D-pad. The thumbsticks aren't recognised for whatever reason. But the best thing about these sites is that they seem to be updated. You know what I mean? Whoever runs these sites updates them. But I hope they update the RAMs themselves, because some games just won't work. You know what I mean? So the RAMs had to be replaced or fixed or whatever. But you're talking thousands of games, so you know, some have different performance than others, but it's awesome. It saved a ton of money from forking out hundreds and hundreds of euros on eBay to find out that he didn't really like the game. So you save yourself a lot of aggro. You know, that's the best part about the Atari VCS, in my opinion. We can play games before I buy them, like a rental thing. Think of it like that, you know, because you're paying for the internet, so you're paying to use these games. But once you're not downloading them, once you're not selling them, you've got no problem. So just play the game and enjoy the games. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, because I'm sure people are thinking out there, like, that's illegal. But you know, the people run these sites to play the games, to enjoy the games, to preserve history. That's what online emulation does, and I'm a big supporter of that. But of course, just people out there that want to ruin it for everyone by stealing things and hacking and shit. So just avoid all them assholes, you know. Just play the games, enjoy the games, and don't get yourselves into trouble. That's all I'm saying, you know. But anyway, yeah, so like VZ, you know, it's an awesome site. I found it out. I found it out this morning, and RetroGames.cc is another good one, you know. And PlayRetroGames.org, that's another good one. Particularly if you like playing Atari Jaguar games. These sites have a lot of Atari Jaguar games. Like I said, not all of them work, but like, it's pretty good. And like I say, Atari Jaguar, like the 3DO, is very expensive online. I mean, on eBay and other places. Same as the Sega Saturn. Like, the games and hardware are very expensive. So this is a good way to play those games and save yourself a ton of money. You know, then like I said, setting up the controls, it takes a while, you know. You have to figure out what button does what, but that's part of the enjoyment, I think. Figuring things out yourselves, learning how to configure the stuff, because it gave me a boost, like, wow, you know what I mean, Jesus, I just learned something new today. That's the way I looked at it, you know. Yeah, so pretty awesome. So if you don't want to use the controller, you can use the keyboard, and like, using the keyboard is easy, you know, because all my life I've been a console gamer until I got the Atari VCS, so now I know what PC gaming is all about, sort of, you know what I mean, and I dreaded it, but nothing to dread, people. It's just, it's great. And great is you got more options, you got more games, you got more freedom on the Atari VCS than they do like Xbox Series X or PS4 or Switch. You do, and you don't have to pay an online subscription. The only thing you have to take in mind is that it's not as powerful, and there is a lot of waiting involved. But if you can get past those two things, then you're going to enjoy the stuff on the Atari VCS. And like I said, any system PS1 backwards runs great, no problem. But if you want to play anything above that, like Dreamcast or anything like that, you have to upgrade your Atari VCS. But it's not necessary, because I'm pretty sure that someone will update the online emulators to make it possible for lower end PCs like the Atari VCS currently at 8 gigabytes. That's what it is to play these games, because like I said, these sites are getting updated all the time, which is awesome. Because RetroGames.cc, for example, that wouldn't let you use the VCS controller at all, but now you can. There's a button that says enable left D-pad. You press that and the left thumbstick works as a D-pad. So pretty cool. So online emulation is awesome on the Atari VCS, and you don't have to upgrade your VCS if you don't want to. You can just play the games that are offered on there. Like I said, these sites are updated with games and settings to make things better. So just patience is the key. And like, like learning how to configure something on your own is awesome. I got a big kick out of it, you know, because like, well, I just fucking learned something new today. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Exploring the what you can do. So I just want to make a quick video about that. The Atari VCS online emulation. It's awesome in my opinion. So I said patience is the key, and you have to have you just have to bear in mind that not everything will work. Some things won't work, but most of the things do work. And there's more than one online emulator that even I know about. And so yeah, so the two ones in particular that I use mostly now is called VIZZED.com, and the other one is retrogames.cc, which is pretty cool, like, and playretrogames.org. Yeah, so go there and enjoy the games, people. You know, it's awesome, really is. And yeah, so like, you know, and like I said, things are getting updated all the time. So if something doesn't work now, in a few weeks' time, go back and you'll find out that it works. It's good. It's pretty good that the people that actually run these sites are making them better. So anyway, they're my opinions. You know, like I said, once you're just playing these games, you got nothing to worry about. You know, because you're paying for the internet anyway. Think about it like that. Once you're not actually downloading these games onto the disc and selling them, then you got no problem. You know, but unfortunately, it's those sort of people that ruin it for all of us. So avoid all that stuff. That's all I'm saying. Just play the games, enjoy the games, and enjoy your Atari VCS. We'll be waiting for new games to come from Atari. Like Atari Mania, still looking forward to that. The new Field Fight game, I don't know what happened with that. There was meant to be a new Field Fight game coming out. The Atari 50th anniversary collection, still waiting for that. So we're waiting for all these games to drop. We can play a bunch of Jaguar games, Sega Saturn games, other games, PlayStation games, Super Nintendo games, N64 games. And look, I said, in my experience with my Atari VCS, which is 8GB of RAM, 32GB of storage, that's plenty for what I need. But if you want to play anything above that, like Dreamcast or anything, you have to upgrade it. But you know, if you don't want to, you don't have to. And there are tons and tons of games. ZX Spectrum games, Commodore 64 games, Virtual Boy games. You want to play Virtual Boy games, Wonder Swan, tons of systems that we didn't even know existed. And another site to go to on your Atari VCS is Internet Archive. And click the floppy disk icon and have Internet Archive or Console Living Room. So if you choose Console Living Room, you see a whole bunch of old systems, like, you know, Atari 2600, 5200, the ColecoVision's on there. So it's awesome. Atari Lynx, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. You can play all these games. And if you have a huge 4K television, it looks even better. And in my opinion, old games look a hell of a lot better on a big modern television than the old televisions that we used to have. It looks way better. And so anyway, they're my opinions. So I hope everyone has a good day out there. Take care. Bye bye.